Hey, it's Software Student here, and this is going to be the first video in a new series where I'll be working with web development, starting out with some basic HTML, then adding some CSS, and then going into some basic JavaScript, and how we can create some basic websites using HTML, CSS, and basic JavaScript. But firstly, in this video, I'm going to talk about the basic structure of an HTML document. So as you can see, you already have the basic structure created. All our HTML documents start with a doc type tag. And as you can see as well, everything is inside tags. We have this larger than and smaller than, or in the opposite way, but please define a tag, and then inside a tag, we have some information about what this tag contains. For example, in this case, we have the doc type HTML, which begins a document, so it tells some other component reading this document that everything from now on is going to be HTML. And then have a basic tag called HTML, which here begins, and then using the dash, we close the tag. So we open the tag and close the tag. And we're technically here defining the language as English. It isn't really necessary for just basic HTML, so we just open a tag, and later on, close the tag. We then have two main tags. We have a head tag, opening, closing, and a body tag, open and closing. And inside our head tag, for now, I just added a comment just to showcase we can also create comments inside HTML. This is the beginning, this is the end, and then everything in between is a comment. And often people can get quite confused about what the head tag is used for, but it is a field used for metadata. And at first seemed a bit confusing, but it's actually just data about data. So the head tag, so everything between the head tag, the beginning and the end, is used to define some kind of data about our document. So data about data. For example, a good example of this could be defining the title of our document, which would be when I start this program. So in the last video, I'll be linked up here, I showcased how we can add a live server, which is quite a nice plugin, which allows us to just starting a live server here on localhost 5500, and then running HTML document. As you can see up here, our title tag is used to give our web page, the title document in this case. And I can just change it to whatever. So I can just go, I don't know, web 1, for example, save, and then change to web 1. But inside our body tag, we have all our components of our website. So our head is like information about the website, or later on when we want to link something, link to something differently, we do it inside our head as well. But our body is the basic components. So inside Visual Studio Code, where I will be doing all my setups, I have the ability where instead of creating the beginning of a tag, let's for example do h1, which is kind of like a title tag, header tag. I just do the beginning and it closes automatically. I can then write something like to title. And in this case, everything that's written between the start of the tag and the end tag will be written inside my web page. But one of the things that make Visual Studio Code very good for creating HTML specifically is I can actually just go H1, then tab, and the tags are created, which makes it quite a bit easier to very quickly create some stuff like not a title tag, let's do title. Then let's have a paragraph tag with just some text. So we just go text, blah, blah, blah. Save, and as you can see, we now have a title with some text. And there are quite a few different tags, and probably in the next few videos I'll be talking more about the different tags and the most used ones, and we're going to create a basic setup of a website. But this is my quick introduction, and at the end I'd just like to showcase a little shortcut you can do inside VS Code, which is just very simple when you start creating a new index HTML or whatever, creating any kind of HTML document. Instead of doing all this basic structure by hand, you can just do exclamation mark and tab. And we get a basic structure with a doc type, our HTML opening, closing tag, a head tag, and a body tag. Now we get a bit extra metadata information like which char set we're using and stuff, but in most cases you can just delete this stuff. At least at first, it doesn't really matter. But this was all I want to showcase about the basic structure of our HTML document. If you enjoyed this short showcase, please leave a like and subscribe, and I wish you all a wonderful day.